With the Plains of Eidolon released not too long ago in Warframe, I really have to keep reminding myself that with this update, it's brought a lot of new players to the game Warframe. A lot of them are not always aware of who is the best man for the job, or woman. I guess frame, I don't know, Warframe, yeah, we'll go with that. Who should I use for certain situations? And since the Plains of Eidolon did just come out, I thought it would be a great time to make a video talking about the best frames for the Plains, in my opinion. How's it going, guys? My name is CJ, or M.C.I.K. Welcome back to Warframe. Today, we're going to be talking about my top 3 favorite Warframes to run in the Plains of Eidolon free roam. These are basically judged on their abilities, their survivability, and what they bring to the squad or to solo. Now, these are just my personal opinion. You can choose whatever you want to. I think pretty much any frame you take into the Plains, you're going to have a lot of fun with. Like, there are some really fun ones like Hydroid. If you have Hydroid, I recommend you take him into the Plains. He is a hoot and a half. But for me, I like to speedrun bounties and I like to get a bunch of reps. So whenever I'm farming Nidus rep, these are usually the best frames to go with, in my opinion, and these are the ones that I usually cycle through. So today, I'm going to tell you who I run with and what the builds are for those frames. So sit back, relax, enjoy. This is going to be the top 3 best frames to run in the Plains of Eidolon. So the first one down the list will probably not come as a surprise to you. This is going to be Nidus. Nidus is great at either healing your teammates, he's great at crowd control, meaning he can suck in all the enemies and keep them very contained. He's great at dealing damage, and he is an absolute tank. He's definitely one of those frames you always want in your squad. Using his 4th ability will be able to heal your teammates and whatever maybe is around you, let's say an NPC that you're having to guard, so really good for bounties. His 2nd ability is probably the absolute best. It is so satisfying to use in the Plains because enemies are spread out very far in the Plains, and having this ability to suck them all into one small point and take them out is very helpful. It's really good for the mobile defense where you're defending the vault. When there's hordes of enemies, just waves of enemies coming at you, Nidus makes quick work of these guys, and he is very easy to use too. And once you get your stacks up, of course, you won't have to really worry about dying. Alright, let's talk about the build. So, we have Steel Charge as our aura mod, we have Blind Rage and Intensify for strength, we have Overextended and Stretch for our range mods, we have Prime Flow for, of course, more energy. This is going to be a casting frame, so you want plenty of energy to work with. Then, of course, we have Prime Continuity for duration. Now, the 2 most important mods, Vitality and Rage. Trust me, they're really important. Rage is going to basically give you energy whenever your health starts to deplete, whenever it starts taking damage. And basically, if you don't know about Nidus, he is all health. He does not have any shields. He's just all pure health. So having 1,000 health with the Vitality, and whenever that's touched just a little bit, whenever that's barely scratched a little bit, you'll be getting 40% of the energy. So it's gonna basically give you more energy to work with, to cast more abilities, to keep you alive, and it is just an amazing combination, because the thing is with Nidus is he regenerates health over time. So this is a beautiful build, in my opinion. It works really well for me, and in the Plains, it just makes quick work of pretty much anything that comes in Nidus' path. And that is why he is on the number 3 slot on this list. Second one down is going to be Nova Prime. Nova Prime is basically one of the best crowd controlling frames in the game. And of course, in the Plains, she gets 10 times better. The area of effect for Molecular Prime just spreads out throughout the Plains. It covers a pretty wide area, for my build at least. Slows enemies down, they take more damage from you and your teammates. Not to mention, she is actually really agile. She can move around the battlefield very easily with her 3rd ability. She can teleport pretty much anywhere. Taking out hordes of enemy won't be a problem for Nova Prime as well, because we have the antimatter drop, which once again is another amazing ability of hers. All of her abilities are pretty much really useful in the Plains of Eidolon, except for maybe her 1st ability, but you know what? Let's be honest, no one uses her 1st ability. For Nova's build, we have Energy Siphon here for the aura slot. We have our duration mods, Prime Continuity, Constitution, and Narrow-Minded. Duration is probably the most important aspect in a Nova build, so make sure you're building for duration, whatever you're doing. Speed Nova, Slow Nova, anything. However big you want the Molecular Prime to be, the 4th ability to spread out, that will be dependent on duration, so make sure you guys keep that in mind. For strength mods, we have Intensify and Power Drift. You don't need anything more than 145% power strength. If you go anything higher than that, you're just wasting mod slots. And then, of course, we have Streamline for efficiency. I could have went with Fleeting, but I like Streamline. I like to have that duration. And then, of course, for Primed Flow, this is just going to give us more energy to work with and whatnot, which, of course, you need more energy for a casting frame, so it definitely is vital to have a Prime Flow on this build. And that's about it for the build, guys. This is one of those frames where it's very easy to use. Nova is not complex by any means. but she is a lot of fun to use and very efficient for defending a vault, killing a bunch of enemies, and that is why she is number 2 on the list. Now, moving to number 1, it's going to be probably kind of a shock to you, maybe not. It depends if you use her a lot. But to be honest, in my opinion, she is probably one of the best frames to use in the Plains of Eidolon at the moment. And that frame, of course, is Octavia. Octavia brings so many additions to the team. She can bring invisibility to the team. She can make crowd control. She can deal more damage. She can amp up other allies' damage. So it is insane what she can do. Not to mention, she's probably one of the best frames to use, in my opinion, for Eidolon fights. But just my opinion, okay? Seriously though, Mallet is a great ability to draw damage away from you and your teammates and put it towards this, and then of course deal more damage back with Mallet. Resonator just takes away the fight, you know, it can take away more damage. A Metronome does tons of different things. You can deal more damage with it. You can go invisible with it by crouching. You can actually run faster if you jump on time. And yeah, it's just so good for the Plains. It can increase melee damage, and of course, Amp is probably the best ability. It just basically just amps up the fight. It increases damage by like 299%, which is a lot of damage. Okay, that's like Roar. That's like Rhino's Roar on steroids. Okay, it just shreds enemies. It is great to have all these abilities pretty much cast all the time, and yeah, she is just an absolute beast for the Plains of Eidolon, in my opinion. And she's really what I use for the most part for all of the Plains bounties. If I ever feel like switching it up though, I will switch Octavia for Nova or Nidus, or sometimes Hydroid, you know, sometimes Hydroid, who knows. Anyway, here is the build for Octavia. Just Energy Siphon, Prime Continuity for duration, Constitution for more duration. We have Stretch for range and more range with the Cunning Drift. For damage, we just have Power Drift and Intensify. For efficiency, we have Streamline, and then of course for more energy, we have Flow. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. These have been my top 3 Plains of Eidolon frames in Warframe. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, the builds. Let me know your 3 favorite frames down below in the comments as well for the Plains of Eidolon. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is M.C.I.K or CJ. I will see you guys for tomorrow's video. Subscribe to join the Feline Pack today. Have a great day. Stay sexy, stay cool, and peace out.